Hello, my friends. What is today? It's May 18th, 2025. And I was just in a conversation with a friend, and it made me reflect on this topic of saving your own soul is the hardest thing that you will ever have to do. And by saving your soul, I mean to reclaim your essence. You know, we can be so aloof and so disconnected from our humanity to where we, don't give the soul a lot of attention, credit, weight, right? It's so easy to bypass and just tell yourself your source consciousness, which you are, but a source consciousness that is disconnected from the human experience is very nebulous, and it keeps us fragmented in the human form. We're not bringing it all together. And to regather, to reclaim the soul awareness, the soul consciousness is the hardest thing, because you essentially have to kill the... I'm speaking now in terms of a religion. You essentially have to kill the Christian or religious sock puppet that you have become, right? You've become a sock puppet, or a puppet on a string that was created by all the do's and don'ts of society, of the Bible. In fact, I was thinking that, take the 10 Commandments, for example. Totally useless, but useful to train a bunch of sock puppets, not your authentic self. You cannot keep the 10 Commandments because you're missing the information, the vital information that pertains to the soul fragments. The reason you break the 10 Commandments, at least one of them, and if you break one of them, you've broken them all. It's the principle. The reason we break the commandments is because we have been denied our soul. We were raised as a sock puppet to be obedient, subservient, to conform, right? To the authorities. All the way, all along, having to deny your true self. So to save your own soul, to reclaim your soul essence, you essentially have to break every commandment. And I'm not saying go out and kill somebody, but you have to break the code that was imposed on you, that held you down, suppressed you, and created this fictitious character that would fall in line and function in society and be a good little girl, be a good little boy. You have to break the code. I had to tell my friend tonight that he has every right to feel the anger, and he expressed some very mean things to the person that he's at odds with. And I had the hard position of needing to encourage him to not cave to guilt, not cave to an apology, because at this crucial point of regathering his soul essence, he cannot deny the authentic feelings of his soul, which at this point is anger that has built up over years. All right? The soul has to be acknowledged. The soul has to be given permission to break the social code in order not to continue denying itself, in order not to continue denying the authentic feeling, which by this time, is a very angry vibration. But it must be felt, it must be expressed, and mean things will be said. And this person, my friend, is fully justified. You see, to bring balance to our soul, to bring balance to the injustice, we have to bring justice to our soul. And I always say, by justice, I do not mean revenge, meting out revenge on another person, but to bring justice, to bring equal balance to these emotions that have been suppressed. They have to get their airtime. And I am sorry if you end up in the firing line of some angry words, but we have to stop guilting and shaming people that finally are at the breaking point and at the courageous crossroads of regathering their soul. They're courageous enough to not stand down by self-righteous admonition. Stand firm. You're not going to be an angry person forever. Yes, you're going to cause some wounds to other people, but there are no innocents. There are no innocents. We all need to give ourselves a check for having a part in gaslighting people, having a part in encouraging others to deny themselves, and that's not right. So words are going to fly, fiery tongues are going to speak, and it's sometimes going to hurt. But we all have to wake up. We all have to kill our sock puppet in order to regain our true soul. And that process is a very dark process. You're going to have to become the person that you were told is wrong. You have to become the behavior that you were told the whole time, all these years, is wrong behavior. You have to allow yourself to become that in order to clear it. You cannot keep suppressing it. That will only create, as I said, to another person today, that will create and maintain anger problems. If these things can never be expressed, they just build up into a hand grenade that's going to fly off and explode at any moment. We have to give anger permission without shaming people and making them feel guilty for being angry. That time is over. That has lasted way too long, and that's why we have this problem today with people that are so out of balance, because they were not allowed to balance themselves in the moment. If you're acting in a manner that is deserving of anger, be prepared to accept that response. And perhaps when people are authentic and true to their self, perhaps that will come as a wake-up call to a whole lot of people, right? We're going to tear these masks off our faces. We're not going to be good little girls and good little boys anymore. We're going to be authentic and true to our feelings. And sometimes you are the cause for a true, justified, angry feeling. All right? We all have to own our stuff. That's why I say to save your own soul is the hardest thing you will ever do. There is no God that can save your soul. You have to save your soul. And you have to kill your sock puppet.